Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of the Shamel Tips. Today we'll be taking you guys on breastfeeding. We had a special program that was meant to run on sometime around August, the breastfeeding week, but due to certain issues and emergencies, the program was postponed. So we are opportunity to hold that program with you guys today. I'm the host, Ewoke Eshamoni, and I'm joined here today by two special guests. Firstly, the lady, and of course, tell us who you are.
Hello guys, my name is Vanessa Onyinyechi Iben. From the name you can hear I'm Nigerian, but I'm also a Cameroonian. I'm a fourth year nursing student in Biaka, and I'm a humanitarian and a volunteer at ASQA, that's Association of Community Awareness in Boya. And I'm also an entrepreneur with a little business of my own, Nessa Fragrance. Thank you.
Well, I'm Peter Ulrich, a fourth year nursing student at the Faculty of Health Sciences, University of Boya, and I'm here to give to you a briefing on what exclusive breastfeeding is all about. Also, with regards to my portfolio, I'm also an entrepreneur. I do Bitcoin sales. I'm also an aspiring model. I'm a photographer. More and more. Thank you.
We are going to have the language change, of course. We're talking about pidgin as we usually talk, so that all the mothers can benefit. I hope you guys are comfortable with the language.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. So right after this short commercial, we're going to come back with the health talk or the health talk. We don't come back, and now we're going to talk on breastfeeding. I want to go for Vanessa first of all. I want me to tell the people then what is exactly the exclusive breastfeeding, because some people they actually say they don't understand the meaning of that term exclusive breastfeeding.
Well, exclusive breastfeeding now when you feed your pikin for the first 1 year for your life with just breast milk and nothing, no water, no juice, no. I say we African mommy they like for much small thing that you put down for picking him up. You just feed the pikin for the first 1 year for your life, just milk, breast milk only.
Okay, but when we are concerned today now, the fact say a lot of women they need to practice exclusive breastfeeding nowadays, and maybe now because they don't know the benefits, maybe they don't know the disadvantage, I don't know, but they get their reason. And I want to go for Mr. Ulrich. I don't know, you try to enlighten or you try to tell us more about some of the benefits where it comes with exclusive breastfeeding, because they always talk for hospital. Gynecologists they talk on obstetrician, then all man they talk say me they do exclusive breastfeeding. Why they will emphasize on that? What is the benefit?
Okay, thank you for that question, Mr. Ewoke Esham. Well, with regards to exclusive breastfeeding, you get a lot of advantages when they come with something like exclusive breastfeeding. First of all, doing exclusive breastfeeding, you'll be able to connect with your pikin the more. Biologically, you get to biological processes that occur when you breastfeed pikin. Some hormone for man is skin where they call it prolactin, and when you breastfeed, this prolactin it enable you to be people that used to complain about pain during breastfeeding, but this hormone they see you for be able for feel more relaxed and attached to your pikin while breastfeeding, and give you more time to concentrate on your pikin while you're breastfeeding. Also, oxytocin, when another hormone for your skin, it enable you for bond with your pikin. Now, with health-wise, you get benefits like what you will be able for women where you breastfeed exclusively. It expand in time for a menstrual flow. In other words, it give more chances for extend the period of pregnancy, like the next pregnancy. So it give gap between a pregnancy period between maybe if my first speaking way the breastfeed them, you'll give more time for say for people the way they need time for get their second picking, because during breastfeeding you not fit them go on your menstrual flow. All these processes they occur when you breastfeed exclusively. Also, for women where they breastfeed exclusively, you get the benefit for waiting. It reduces the rate or the risk factor for you for be able to get cervical and breast cancer. This is so because during exclusive breastfeeding, another hormone too they call estrogen, when naive, it put people them, mostly women them, because they mostly get that hormone. It put them for the risk for get breast and cervical cancer. So during exclusive breastfeeding, you not be able to secrete that hormone. So your chances or your likelihood for get this cervical or breast cancer, it be almost negligible. Another good thing about exclusive breastfeeding is it be more cheaper and economical compared to person who want use milk or this formulated milk. Breast milk naturally God don't give you for free. And if at all you be able to breastfeed your picking exclusively, you know, it will save you the time for buy this formulated milk. The time constraints, it makes you be able for, in our community wise, all these feeding bottles, you know, we find out. It help clean the community. If you live in a community where all man decide say, okay, no, make we depend solely on exclusive breastfeeding and make we not deal with formulated milk. All these cans where we see this container for milk them, it not will be around because now they help to for dirty areas. So now one community-based important that for exclusive breastfeeding where people they don't know. Also on the bikini part, exclusive breastfeeding boosts the immunity because when you breastfeed bikini with natural milk from imami as compared to formulated milk, this breast milk it get nutrients and where it boosts bikini immunity. It get enough nutrients where it help this bikini not for be able to fall sick or when the bikini is sick and you breastfeed it exclusively, it enable you for gain recovery quickly. So now the small 1 or 2 benefits and that way I will put them for in place. Not just all that, the day in their numbers. Those were just a small hand of them. Thank you.
Okay, we thank Mr. Jupiter very, very much for that insight we don't give you on the benefits or importance of exclusive breastfeeding. But I want to go for Vanessa also. As a woman, I believe say some other maybe thing the new way you like for Adam on that thing where you talk.
Well, thank you very much. When you breastfeed your baking exclusively, that's for a period of time for 6 months to 1 year, you as the mommy, you help for contract your uterus. That's it help for help, and you don't need medicine, you don't need any, that's a natural way to help contract your uterus. Then it help you get the emotional connection with your baking. When you do breastfeed, you did really feel how the emotions work between the mother and child as you get that bonding. It also helps say when you take time yourself, you examine the pikin as a mother. It help you that time you really look the pikin, his skin, you check his skin there. You have maybe place where you red, place where you get rashes. So it give you that time for get a thorough look for your pikin. Because when you bottle feed the pikin, you need to get that time for saying no, you check his skin or you check that kind of thing them. Need one. And when you breastfeed your pikin, it help you. It be less expensive and less time consuming. In the sense, that time when you go use and go find milk, you can pour water, you make them, you mix them, then you want put them inside bottle, you want feed the baby. It be time consuming. Or the time you go and sterilize the bottle, them you want wash them. If you want to give pikin milk, no, but God will give you natural method for give feed pikin. Most people just come for one just give you natural method when I'm breastfeeding. It's just a myth, but it be found that it be discovered say if you feed pikin more, if you breastfeed pikin, it increase the IQ level, that's the intelligence level. It make the pikin get sense fast. Thank you.
An interesting myth that by our IQ level, you know. I should say all that smart people the outside there when I give me the breastfeeding.
The breastfeeding like 1 year.
But that like 1 year or 2 years, who knows when I be still sucking for 2 years now I don't sense.
We suspect the breastfeeding for 3 years.
And so it show your IQ over high. I will keep it. But okay, with respect to that interesting point you bring with that palava breastfeeding, because I be just want to go again back for you for ask you whether you feel like some difference there with picking where they breastfeed and picking where they breastfeed exclusively and picking where maybe they be breastfeeding for a while and then sometimes they mix out feed and all of those things. You feel like say some difference between that two picking and when they develop?
Well, basically, you not will see much of a difference physically. with attributes. You fit see maybe with people with the breastfeeding, some small difference with respect to their physical appearance. Like I will talk about boosting of immunity and development or fast recovery during sickness. With people with the breastfeeding with natural or formulated milk, will get that ability for heal fast. Will get that active or acquired immunity from the breast milk we dedicate. Although these formulated milks get nutrients, but they not be as rich as the one from this natural milk. So obviously, you will not see, or you don't expect to see a child who was breastfed exclusively to grow up healthy enough, or we grow up healthy enough more than first way if the breastfeeding they give bottle milk. Also, if you talk about their IQ level, it be research is shown. Although people they not so much believe in, but research not to if people they don't write them, they put them for consumption. For that means if they don't take 10 people, 9 or 8 or 6, they should say people the way they breastfeed them, they get high IQ level. So obviously you get a difference between a person where they breastfeed with exclusively and one way they use bottle milk.
We thank Mr. Yurish very much for that answer. But Vanessa, as now you initiate this difference, you talk about IQ all that time. You feel say any other difference should be between maybe because if mothers at home they feel notice say some difference, they probably will encourage them to do exclusive breastfeeding. So which according to you the differences? Like
you reach to plenty different knowledge physically. But I for one I don't notice with my sister picking. Because you do exclusive breastfeeding. I don't take your own time we do exclusive breastfeeding. The first way they give formulated milk after a while we do breastfeeding. It is common and say when you start giving exclusive breastfeeding before that 6 to 1 year, it really be strong. It bonds that they be strong. Night of the nutrients found in breast milk that is not found in formulated milk. So in the sense they begin to be strong with bones. It sounds it's easy for he's active. If you active, eat one crib, one whole thing, then you got eat that time, that nutrients able for that milk plenty. Then if you also see and say, first with the breastfeeding, or pick with the breastfeeding rather. Pick with the breastfeeding and one way beef we give formulated milk. One way they give formulated milk, you sense it weights the drop. Normally picking weight, it get from drop as age, as it increase the age. But not all picking they go like as me just start breastfeeding, me just start giving bottle milk. So best way you give bottle milk and his skin or you not really like and sense it would drop drastically. So compared to the one with the breastfeeder. For that 6 months to 1 year. So no wonder what.
Okay, we appreciate at least for that one inside on that. I believe say now it will be a time for we for hear from the veteran mother at least best way born to begin there. For we for get your own view on the thing and then my guests they will come back for that comment on the thing they will talk about.
Because of the fact say I be get loss of appetite and not be the chop fine. It be been as some problem for me because I be get for the breastfeed picking where I need the chop fine. And for that reason I be constantly sick. I be constantly sick because despite the fact say I not be feed to get enough energy. And then secondly, during that period, I be barely get time for myself because you work now according to the picking time. Time the be where you want to do something for yourself, but now time where you want chop. Sometimes you be for workplace and maybe you get some 1 or 2 extra things for do, but because say you don't see and say time don't reach way, you get for run come back for house. So it be the make and way. Most times I go say na the picking be the control my timing. So I feel talk say na the 2 challenges in that way. Me I be really get and the couple with the fact say the picking not be feed even flop the bobby for soccer may not be the flop. It be there again another big challenge for me.
Okay, so we don't finish listening for that about you. And we notice some key challenges that we myself are pointing out. I want to go back with my guests then for here now. one of the challenges within I say the milk be there insufficient. That one catch my attention. Say the milk need to flop the beginning. Maybe now some of the reasons. I don't know, Vanessa.
In the case where milk need to flop the beginning. Maybe now some people they are paused for their breast milk open fine for send out enough milk. So one in the height or maybe just in the chop fine, the appetite. So it depends on the cause actually.
Okay. So Mr. Yuish, based on that very same point, so on the fact that you need a flop, you advise me to continue for just some inflow, or maybe they just resort for artificial since it will behave and maybe it will flop the faster.
Well, I'll comment on that point, but I not feel comment go beyond my own reasoning faculty. Well, I'm not a woman. I never ever suckle people. But wait till me, I know I don't be around place where I grew up now with a woman, and most of them are not born. So with that particular point where you raise them up, say the milk not be sufficient for satisfy picking. Me, I not say small picking them. Now people they need chop fine, or they need to chop that much. And if I told any comment about the fact say the milk not flop the picking, I not actually understand what you mean by say the milk not flop the picking. Rather than say the picking after I don't suck fully, the picking is still the overcry or how I not fit understand. Perhaps with the fact say the chop too fine, yes. So it will make I think the milk flow will be a bit small. And as a result of that, the only thing we have to talk, the advice we talk about the need for exclusive breastfeeding. That is without this formulated milk. Well, you go do your much for the level where you fit do them. You suckle for the level where you suckle. The other one, if the pikin is still cry, you go look for other means for satisfying and maybe a distraction. If you come up with a distraction for the pikin, maybe you walk out, you hook up for up, you walk out with the pikin, if you take it, you turn. If not, if you carry it for up, you walk out small, you distract it small, make it lost attention for the chop side. Because if we emphasize on exclusive breastfeeding, and not fit advice say, because say the pikin they cry in over flop, or as he talk say the breast need flopping, make it go for formulated milk, then no. I will advise now for distraction technique, that's what me I will call them. So you distract the pikin after breastfeeding the pikin with the available milk where you get them. You fit use a distraction technique or make the pikin a focus shift from the food.
Okay. Thank you very, very much for that. Very interesting point you bring up. I want to also touch on that point about appetite loss. Solution is surely there for appetite loss. If you need chop fine, obviously say if the mommy need to fit fine. Obviously, the milk production will reduce. That's just basic physiology.
Solution. Sometimes the be ready to say medically, yes, medically feeding or naturally actually feeding. But most of the time they just say when you drop more one thing, you don't find for the take milk, you don't find for the take some kind of medications then because it will disturb the kids, excessive growth, or it will inhibit one of the foods they go for the skin, so on and so on. So by natural way, if you actually go for fruit, try some kinds, one more thing if you give appetite. Or rather, you try your favorite meal. You know, sometimes if you're a personal way, they say, I don't cook there, fine chop. You say, but get appetite for chop. If you don't know the chop and the high low chop before bed, you'll get appetite for chop. So now I want to say that no, you must not necessarily go medically. Like you should go to naturally. You try fruits, you try your favorite meal, and other things.
The two way me have been talk with attest to that fact. First of all, I'll take you back right to the point where the mommy do with belly. Now the point for antenatal care that because say you go for clinic where they will put you through on specifics on things that we do when situations like this one come up. And also antenatal care is there for enable you for drill you on maybe the type of diet where you get for the taker while you are pregnant and while you are breastfeeding. So most of the times me I'm the best way I deal with the mind. I like the mind cleansing. You not fit actually go into the solution when you know the problem. Appetite loss it come as a result of many things. Many people in our community they be faced with stress. And I think stress now one of the main problems, one of the main things, stress, anxiety, and depression, it will bring down your appetite level. And if at all you notice something at the level that that is what is causing you to lose this appetite, our advice, you come or you talk to someone, you see someone or you talk to someone that can help you deal with this stress, because if you not deal with the root cause, you're not going to be able to regain appetite. So my two main points around we talk about now everything. The need for pregnant women for go more for antenatal care. Yes, it will help them for say they know what to eat before and during pregnancy and when they are breastfeeding, and also to check on what actually is causing their appetite loss. If it is stress, they should take time to relax, take time to distract themselves. If it is depression, anxiety, they should look for ways to see maybe their doctor, or to go back to the clinic and complain of stuff like that. The health personnel will be there to guide you on how to deal with this stress pattern and anxiety and depression. So now, for me, I think so you can deal with that appetite issue.
Time, lack of time to do it. I want to say maybe working class person probably.
Well, small people, if you talk say you either like big man, you say okay, for breakfast you will chop from 9 to 10, and then lunch you take from 1 to 2. Now small people, anytime if you see hungry, anytime if you want you milk that time, you want to chop that time, if you put it on schedule feeding, it no fit happen. So you just get for only for you just get for follow my own time. You just get for follow my own time, because now small people you get for all the other things and concentrate on him or her. Because that time consuming and not really to say be a big issue.
Okay. So basically, they just go. But I want, actually.
If it happen, but I say
proper time management, maybe.
Yeah, proper time management. Like mommy, you go and get time. See my washing napkin. The thing you use and that person. See my one washing napkin. My one cook or do some more kind of thing. But I small kitchen. You must give that time. At that time, you need to concentrate more on the baby.
So in general, I believe it's still possible despite with all of that. So time should not be a problem. It has been considered time should not be a problem. And I should say maybe working people they reduce your working time.
Yeah,
Those areas. So you're not supposed to get problem of time. Alright. So Mr. Abile, I believe so you agree with me on that problem. Say time should not be an issue.
100%. Breastfeeding mother should your first priority now for your beginning. So you not feel the complain about time for breastfeeding your own beginning. Because when you born, so almost 3/4 of your time you give for the time for picking. And as a result, for people that way maybe like it is say they go for work, people that way they be working class and they not be able for devote their 100% time for their picking. As you rightly talk, there is time management. You come up with a plan. You not fit know when the picking they actually hungry, yes. But if at all, if you not fit get a nanny. If you are that type of a single mom who is totally with the child, no support or something like that, I believe at one point in time, for some women, mostly person where the school, if you notice some we picking the way they born early, where they still, maybe the way they decide to go back to school, they be able for squeeze out milk. I don't know if you don't ever. Yes, you be able to squeeze out milk, Vanessa.
Yes.
Yeah, you squeeze out milk, you keep them for feeding bottle, keep them for the picking. So that too, you feel looking. Although it depends on the time and how long the milk will last for them. But I think for a you feed as a they call it backup. You keep the breast milk while if after the picking the cry, they feed give the picking while you take for work. So time actually should not be. You not give a complain about time when you want picking, because picking a joy and the picking. If you not breastfeeding, if fall sick, and see that very time you will use them for castor look after it, and it will be more stressful for you. So you better devote the time for feeding properly so that maybe be healthy enough.
If they don't exclusive breastfeeding, what is that big loss for them?
That loss. For me, I don't feel the same now. Mostly that child that bonding between the mommy and the baby. I feel that's the biggest loss a mother can get if you know breastfeed the baby exclusively. Because at that time you really take for connect with your baby. You feel like high dog, you feel higher nanny, but at the same time you say nanny need to give the baby the love, the attention way mommy says if you give. So I don't feel saying that bond, that connection between a mother and a child will be a big loss?
On the number one loss where you get that they are seriously talking about that emotional, sentimental loss into your kid. It will be one of the things that we will miss out. If at all you need to breastfeed your kid exclusively. And to add to that, you also get the nutritional part and the health part where it comes as a result of lack of this exclusive breastfeeding. As we talk about advantages, if you breastfeed your kid, you will get a stronger immune system, and so for future, nobody will fall sick. But now when you not do it, so when you go contrary, you give them in this formulated milk, you will see say the begin you go fall sick. So other one finances, you will lose money plenty for small, so you will avoid them simply by breastfeeding the child for six months, 1 year. It will cost you anything, and you get the woman self get more advantage. Even past the beginning, why they do breastfeeding. Yes. So there should be no reason why a mother should refuse to breastfeed the child for 6 to 1 year. So
a lot of people they joke with this exclusive breastfeeding. The kid they now they suffer with a lot of things. So when they be anemic when they grow up, so when they be a lot of problems they will come with them. We don't know why. So it's good say we at least perform exclusive breastfeeding for our babies, and as the lot of it will help. But again, I want also bring up this situation because as we close, it will good say we'll talk about this problem about breastfeeding in public. Not the crime of breastfeeding in public, right? But you should do it confined, in a confined manner. Not before just sit down amongst people, then you just move breast from outside, exposed because you breastfeed when you are around other people. So is it right the way we do woman and seriously do? I mean, inside church, inside market, inside bus, we need to be comfortable. Me myself, I'm not comfortable. What do you talk about that?
Well, I would say it's very, very wrong. Understand, say when people they cry, you know, feel help and the mother, you get that connection. Say, okay, man, don't move the baby give. Then you know you don't move them anyhow. You're not supposed to don't carry the same movement, so you don't give them. You know, at least you can get when the towel when you carry on the wrapper, if you just put over your shoulder, or rather still, when you go buy it for your antenatal, like you buy your maternity time, there's a particular breast bra meant for breastfeeding mothers. You don't need to move it. That's the bra, the way it is. You move not only your nipple, you're not supposed to move the whole body from the bra. No. You just move last. You get covered away, you move only small nipple. You think you can give yourself that privacy because, like you said, that time the body not only for you one. The body to not the beginning home, then at the mask you go to. So not only for saying that oh no, you're just supposed to jump from outside. No. And a woman, you're supposed to keep yourself hidden. Mostly for people who you're not intimate with. So you're not supposed to jump with body. Yeah, I'm not supposed to be before in the list of family members and the woman body. So no, be wrong. In the list of for boss, you don't know to complete stranger them. Market or whoever is there, the worst now for church. People are abusing the one in church. They just I went on the saying how we can to understand. They're not supposed to move the thing so. And when I say when people cry, you want the baby give the baby. At least you do it in a way you're privately. But if you see come out, you go outside, you go find some place or one corner, you feed the in one. And I'm watching more in the midst of people. So that's what I think.
Now I come with my brother because behind the scenes to tell me about the bad experience we get the entire boss. The same thing. I mean it's not right in Sabilo, what can I say about it?
No, actually yes, breastfeeding is good. Exclusive breastfeeding is good, very good. But now, the point we don't bring up about breastfeeding in public, for some countries, not even be allowed legally. They see I'm in jail. But back here in Africa, since we just did laissez-faire about certain things, we don't care about it. After all, well, seeing it, they will take out. But see, they say, I know the truth. I know the truth. It's not actually the work too. Yes, so it don't matter for them. No, that is not it. We advise as much as you be or your picking be need for breast milk. In the case where you are to breastfeed that child, look for a comfortable position. You look for an area that is confined if you can. If not, do your best to pamper that child to see him ease off until when you are in an area where you can breastfeed that child. I mean, all man not the same. You understand me? Like you go be for boss as you rightly talk. Then personally, all man psycho, I mean, your mind and, you know, down there, no, all man don't do the same. It's sexual harassment in another way.
Yes.
You go agree with me?
I agree.
Yes. Because if it cause person to do something in, you understand, all man don't do the same, my brother.
No,
so,
you talk true.
as much as the talk I know the shoot bear, some man for a mind, he will shoot that bear for another way. Now all the guys they bring it.
Yeah.
One way or another. Yes. Some person, you go excite some person. So even if not for you, he come out for that area where you did, he go do something on the side for person way, just as what you are. Yeah. So with the best when you want breastfeed, you look for a safe area. You cover up. If at all, if you cannot, you try to distract the child to stop crying or whatever is causing you to want to give the child breast milk at that particular time to wait. And you do it when it is very much convenient.
Okay. Thank you. I want to appreciate Vanessa for making the trip to come to this show and to come and share your thoughts. We are hoping to have you again anytime soon. I hope you had a good time here as well.
I had a really good time.
Yeah. We're very happy to have you. And Mr. Zitabile, you're already a veteran on this show now, so I don't need to tell you anything special. The last time he told me say he does shoe cam, he not does no shoe, but he does slippers cam. Thank you very much for showing up here.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you.
Yes,
it's a pleasure.
Voila. So I'm very happy to have. We are happy for when I say when I pay attention. Very important for team way these guys they don't talk and two don't discuss for here. We hope say it will help one or two mommy there for outside. Even if now one mommy will help them, we believe so don't do good for this world. So I want appeal say Muna continue to watch channel tips. When I continue to share the video, then when I continue to touch more lives, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well. We hope for seeing you again next time, next week. The channel tips always here for you.